A millionaire mocked her, a maid, humiliated in front of everyone. But when the music began, the truth shocked the entire ballroom. This is the story of the dance that changed everything. The ballroom was a palace of light. Golden chandeliers dripped crystal fire. The marble floor shone like glass, reflecting the glittering gowns and polished shoes of the city's elite. But in the corner stood her, a young black maid. Her hands still smelled of polish and soap. Her dress was plain, her apron starched. She wasn't part of the ball. She was part of the furniture. The millionaire's gaze fell upon her. Silver-haired, sharp-eyed, his voice carried authority that demanded obedience. He raised his glass and with a cruel smile declared, "If you dance this waltz, you marry my son." The room froze. And then, laughter. It rolled through the crowd like thunder. Women in red gowns covered their mouths. Men smirked over champagne glasses. The maid's cheeks burned. She lowered her eyes. She wanted to vanish. But the orchestra lifted their bows. The first haunting notes of the waltz filled the hall. And suddenly, she remembered. They didn't know. They couldn't know. Long before scrubbing floors and serving drinks, she had been something else. As a child, she had danced barefoot in the streets, spinning in rhythm with joy. Her mother had taught her the waltz in a tiny kitchen, moving gracefully between pots and pans. Later in competitions, she had worn second-hand shoes but still taken home medals. But poverty is a cruel thief. When her father fell ill, she abandoned the stage and picked up the mop. Dreams became distant memories. Until now, until this night. The crowd jeered. "Dance, Maid, dance!" Her heart pounded. She could run. She could hide. But instead, she stepped forward. The millionaire smirked. He thought she would stumble. But when her foot touched the floor, the jeering stopped. She moved with grace, her body remembering what her heart had never forgotten. Step by step, turn by turn, the maid transformed. Her plain uniform vanished in the eyes of the crowd, replaced by the aura of a dancer reborn. Whispers replaced laughter. Gasps replaced smirks. One by one, the ballroom fell silent. This was no ordinary waltz. It was a battle. Every spin was a strike against arrogance. Every glide, a slap against mockery. Every rise and fall, a reminder. I am more than what you think I am. The chandeliers trembled with the music. The women in red lowered their eyes, ashamed. The men, once confident, leaned forward as if spellbound. And the millionaire, his smirk cracked, his knuckles whitened around his glass. Because for the first time in his empire of wealth, he saw something he could not buy. Dignity. Her final spin slowed into a bow. Her chest heaved, her eyes glistened. For a moment, the ballroom was still. And then, applause erupted like a storm. Thunderous, deafening. They weren't clapping out of courtesy, they were clapping out of awe. The millionaire's son stepped forward. He looked at her not with pity, not with superiority, but with admiration. For in those few minutes, she had become someone greater than anyone in that hall. The millionaire said nothing, because there are no words to cover shame. That night, the story spread beyond the ballroom. Servants whispered it in kitchens, musicians carried it to taverns. And soon the city knew. The maid had defeated mockery with the power of her spirit. She returned to her duties the next day, apron tied, hands red from work. But when she passed through the halls, the same guests who once mocked her now lowered their eyes. They couldn't laugh anymore, because they had seen her truth. She wasn't just a maid anymore, she was a reminder that greatness can rise from the most unexpected places, that titles, wealth, and privilege mean nothing when courage speaks. And as she worked, as she moved, as she danced alone in the quiet halls, she carried the memory of that night. The night she silenced the millionaire. The night she rewrote her story. They laughed at her uniform, but they forgot her spirit. They mocked her place in the world, but they forgot her talent. That night she didn't just dance a waltz, she danced her way into history. And the question remains, who is truly richer, the man with the fortune, or the maid with the courage to rise above it all?